There are a lot of stupid things that video essayists have a habit of doing for some reason. So in this video, I'm just gonna just ramble about it, you know. Stupid thing number one, when the essayist says you're allowed to enjoy this piece of media, so I feel like this is just a really stupid thing to say because you're pretty much just talking to your audience like they're a baby. Like the essayist will say, look, like the essayist, they'll say something along the lines of, look, just because I hate this thing doesn't mean you have to hate it either, or you're allowed to enjoy this piece of media. And I really hate when they say this because you're basically talking to the audience like they're babies or something like that. And yeah, no shit, a person is allowed to like something that you hate. Like, duh, that's just how opinions work. And what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do if the audience, decides to like the thing that you're criticizing? You're going to shoot them? You're going to challenge them to a boxing match? I doubt it. A lot of video essayists are a bunch of liberals who never held a weapon in their entire lives, probably can't even fix or change their own tire. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy the piece of media that you're criticizing, regardless of whether or not you say you're allowed to enjoy that piece of media. I don't know. I just really hate when they do that. Stupid thing number two, the video essayists will sponsor a video game or something like that, like Raid Shadow Legends. And I feel like when, let's say a game critic, right, is about to do an essay shitting on a video game, perfectly understandable. But when you sponsor a video game like Raid Shadow Legends, for example, uh, it devalues your entire critique. Like, I remember the critic White Light, he did a video shitting on the game Spider-Man 2. Understandable, Spider-Man 2 is a very flawed video game, but not only, hold on, let me just mute the game, but not only did White Light, say that only, children would enjoy the story, which is very pretentious, by the way, but he also had the audacity to say that and criticize Spider-Man 2 while also recommending Raid Shadow Legends. I mean, geez, you couldn't have found a better sponsor. I get that YouTubers, don't want to get real jobs and, work and, join the wage slave community or get a valuable degree like learning how to do a medical skill or a trade skill or whatever. But when you sponsor a shitty video game while critiquing and criticizing an objectively better video game, like, I don't care how flawed you think Spider-Man 2 is, it's not a bad game. But when you go ahead and recommend Raid Shadow Legends or any other sort of scam product or video game, it really just devalues your, that guy just came out the door, it was funny. It really just devalues your entire critique, in my opinion. And this is a little off topic, but one of the political YouTubers that I do like would be the Soy Pill. And, there's a little bit of hypocrisy here. So he made a video criticizing conservative media or conservative apps being scams or whatever, right? Perfectly understandable because conservative comedy and conservative media tends to suck. It's usually not funny, just like left-leaning media. But the problem with the Soy Pill criticizing and pointing out conservative media being, like a scam, is that he went ahead and recommended Ground News as an unbiased news source. And I guarantee you there's no such thing as an unbiased, faithful, true news source. Like, it's all for the money. Like, if it was actual true news, it would be for free. No, Ground News is just a scam. And I am getting tired of seeing left-leaning people recommend it. Like, Jesus Christ, quit it already. Ground News is terrible. It's just like CNN and Fox News and any other mainstream news service. It's all a biased scam. Using VHS or cassette tape sounds, like, why do people do that? Why specifically do essayists do that? Like, is it supposed to be deep? Is it supposed to be artistic? Like, do they think they're Hideo Kojima or something like that? It makes no sense to me. And I and many other people have pointed out before is that a lot of video essayists, they don't even really do an essay or analysis. They just summarize a plot and I said weed, and read talking points off of Wikipedia and Reddit, Like, geez, thanks for saying the obvious. I could have just figured what you said out. by just, playing the game myself or watching the movie or anime or whatever. Anime analysis people are also super annoying, and I tend to stay away from them. Now, there are a lot of political video games and movies, but what I don't like is when someone tries to shove in or shoehorn in their weirdo, unnecessary politics into a piece of media that wasn't even centered around said politics to begin with. How a queer character made Persona 4 great? Well, first of all, Persona 4 is good as it is, with or without a queer character. And what the fuck? The character you're using to represent this is Kanji? Kanji isn't queer. He has traits of femininity in him, but that doesn't automatically make him gay. In fact, if anything, you're the bigot for assuming that someone is queer or gay just because they have feminine traits, which was, basically what the message of the game was trying to say, that it's okay for straight people to enjoy, stuff that's perceived as feminine. Bigot. But even more strange is that the fact that this person needed a queer character in order to call Persona 4 great, it kind of implies that Persona 4 wasn't a good game until it had the queer character in it. So, yeah, that's all the retarded shit that I can think of that video game or movie essayists tend to say, or anime essayists tend to say and do. And yeah, I like to use the word retarded. I've gotten some comments saying, you use the R slur, and to that I say, grow the fuck up. I'm allowed to legally use the word retarded freely. I like saying the word retarded. It is a fun word to say, and yeah, that's all I wanted to say.